Hello Lancers, this is Miss Kenny in the library, and I wanted to do a quick video on how to sort of straighten up what's in your Google Drive, maybe a good thing to do before you graduate or before you come back next year, so it's perhaps not so overwhelming. What I usually recommend people do is make a folder for whatever the subject. So if you're a senior and you're graduating and you're going to use something called Google Takeout to move files to your own personal G Drive, like you don't maybe need every single thing you've ever had in your Google Drive since you've been in Bristol Public Schools, but what you could probably do is do something like make a folder by going up here and making a new folder, and maybe we just call this like I'm going to call it 2025 just so I have a year here. So I've made a folder called 2025. It jumped from my home screen to my drive, and I'm hoping, here it is. It's right here. I got there by clicking on this little arrow, and it made a down arrow, and this is the 2025 folder. So then the idea would be, then you go through your folders here, and for instance, like if you go to Classroom, like every class you've ever been put in has made a folder here for you. So maybe you decide that there was a couple things from this English class that you want to keep, or maybe from another science class. I don't know, anything in here you could open up, and I am not going to use this here because actually I think most of these I was co-taught, so I don't have a lot of files in there. But any folder you find that has something you want to move, let me find, I'll just go here to African American Reading. So, folder, and you're like, well, I want this one, and I want this one over here, and you know you can sit here and you can take things and drag them like one at a time, and they'll go. But if you really want to do some power move and some advanced Google skills here, if you click on the first one, go to the last one you want, and you can click the shift key, and you can move all of them at once. Next thing you can do is, if you decided you want this one and then the 2017, and you can't see what I'm doing, but I am going to hold down the control button on my keyboard, and I'm going to highlight, like skip every few. And so that is how you can move multiples that maybe aren't next to each other in your drive. If you hold down the control key while you hit the shift key, or excuse me, hold down the control key while you click on them, you can then highlight them and drag them all over to the same folder. And so you just kind of repeat this through everywhere you think there's something you're interested in finding, and you just drag everything into that folder. That way, when you graduate, or maybe before you come back to school next year, you've got a cleaned up drive without so many files in it, and it's a little easier to get around in. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or stop by the library. Thank you. Bye-bye.